Welcome, everyone. I'm delighted to introduce Jay and his work to you. 8 years after receiving his diploma from the Ontario College of Art and Design, Jae-hong Ahn left for Leipzig, Germany, under a grant from the Ontario Arts Council in order to be close to the painters he admired, the so-called Leipzig Schule. This is a style born of the need of the East Germans in an atmosphere of victory and takeover by the West after unification. According to Professor David Eveson, Jay has assimilated the influences of traditional German painting, that is, comprised of precise linear drawing, complex composition, dramatic emotional emphasis, and the contrast of light and dark. Additionally, the effects of a more recent generation of painters is also clearly discernible in the challenging body of work entitled Replaced Windows, on exhibit at Articsok Gallery in Toronto.
J.S. Sargent and Danish painter Hammershøi, they have left some undeniable traces of influence in my earlier works I made in Florence. But while one might still find some remaining traces of these artists in my newer works, I believe influences from artists such as Hieronymus Bosch, Yves Tanguy, Max Ernst, Max Klinger, and of course Neil Rauch are more noticeable in my current works.
Ahn invites open interpretation of his canvases. He articulates in his artist statement, "My earlier fascination with figuration has evolved into themes related to the idea of division."
Putting your painting out there to interact and expand with the public is a very necessary but a risky thing to do. When I feel that the painting will somehow withhold the distortion of its essence out there, I feel that I've earned the right to stop working on it. But that doesn't mean that I have to stop painting. I have a tendency to overfill the scene because I love orders amongst chaos and how those two aspects interact with one another to create the moods.
Jae-hon's paintings stand out from his contemporaries through their focus on figurative painting, despite being labeled as being out of touch and lagging behind the new media.
I wanted to give a broader and less negative gradation to the idea of division. In order to do that, it seemed so fitting to convey the moods, not the messages. So I created a dozen paintings to represent the notion of division in variations. So they each will work as a window in the room, out and into the world of divided states.
Quoting Professor David Eveson, Jae-hong is rising to this challenge. He presents us not only with ponderous works, but art which is unexpected and, above all, with aesthetic surprises.